Hi, I'm Sean Smith, and welcome to SupportDelmarva.com Community Edition. We are back with Miles Moffit from Southside Bully Program, or the Southside Anti-Bully Program. Miles, tell us a little bit about the Bully Program and how that got started.
Okay, well, as we all know, that bullying is out of control in this country. It's been going on for quite some time. But I had a personal experience myself 20-some years ago when I was just getting started in jiu-jitsu. I moved from one side of town to the other. We went from Old Ocean City Road out to Fruitland, and we had changed schools. And right away, my daughter started having problems, and she'd never had issues with bullies before. But a couple of the older girls were picking on her, and that gets contagious pretty soon. There's a whole group of kids, making fun of you and doing things that kids do. So to try to make a long story short, my daughter at that time wasn't training with me. My son was, but she wasn't. So I didn't have a kids program. It was all adults, and I wanted her to be able to defend herself, so I had her come in, and in order to get partners for her, I allowed her girlfriends to train for free. So we had 5 or 6 of her friends come in for a period of time, and was working with my daughter, and she stayed with it probably for 6, 8 years. And it had an instant impact. Within 2 or 3 weeks, the kids that were bothering her stopped bothering her, and I don't know why that was. Maybe her demeanor changed. What I found over the years is the kids that come in very quiet and timid actually do very well in jiu-jitsu, and it sort of empowers the children. And it's a confidence booster, and people pick up on that. So it worked well for her, and I thought, well, I want to keep doing this. I want to reach out for other kids. So a few years ago, I started a nonprofit organization for the children because I get a lot of kids that come in, and the parents simply can't afford the class. And I don't want to turn a child away, especially if that child is being bullied. Sure. They need it more than the average kid would. So I've got various sponsors that contribute money to the program, and I do fundraising events to try to generate money for uniforms and equipment and to be able to pay their tuition fees. So that's been going on for about 2 years now, and get a lot of support from people at Delmarva here.
Well, that's great. I can tell you that I was one of those quiet kids in school, and then I remember that I had some people, and I was tall, so maybe a lot of them didn't pick on me, but some of them did. So I can certainly sympathize with this. I'm sure there's a lot of people that have gone through that in their own lives. And is there anything you'd like to leave us with, just to discussing that? How would people get involved? Now, I will say that all of the information for the Bully Program will be on our site at supportdelmarva.com. All the contact information, we'll have links there for you. But is there anything else that people need to do to get involved?
Well,
with
yeah,
us?
In my bully program, it's not just for bullies. I've got, children in there that aren't being bullied. But I want to point out that, first of all, if you want to take a class, just give me a call, and we'll arrange it. And if you can't afford it, don't let that stop you from coming in. Because, again, I've got sponsors that'll...
And this is for school-age children,
This is school-age
right?
kids, anywhere from 7 years old on up. So again, if you can afford to pay for the class, that's great. If you can't afford to pay for it, I've got people that'll pick up the tab for you. And something else that a lot of people don't consider is you have to fix the bully too. Right. So we rehab the bully. It's not just the victim, because the bully could go on and on and on. Right. So I had the first case ever last year where I had the victim and the bully in my program at the same time. And it was totally by accident. I had a father come to me and said his kid was having trouble, and somebody was picking on him. So we start the kid in the program, and within 30 days, another child comes in. And after a couple of weeks, the father came to me and said, "Well, that's actually the boy that was picking on my son." So within a couple of months, the first child that came in was very interested in learning, and, he's motivated to learn, and he starts catching on really quick to the point where he's now handling the bully very well. And they ended up being very good friends. So, the bully came down a couple of notches. The other kid got some confidence and has sort of leveled the playing field.
Wow, that's great.
Yeah.
Well, I really applaud you on what you're doing there. I think that's a much needed thing, especially in today's age. Again, if you want to get in touch with Miles to talk about the Community Bully Program, Anti-Bully Program, please see his post on our site at supportdelmarva.com. All of his contact information will be there. Miles, thank you for being with us here today. I want to thank you again, and please tell your friends to subscribe to supportdelmarva.com, and let's build our community together. Thank you, and may God bless you.